Monday. Back. Zach's back. He's wearing an Austin hat. That's where he was this past weekend. It's a Monday. How's it feel? It's back from Nosebleeds. I'm Cole Frere. That's Zach Dorosic. Manchester United plays today. With the badge. Yeah, it's a great day to be alive, honestly. Let's get into that. Not a whole lot to talk about, honestly. Still in that like little lull after the All-Star break, if that makes sense. But
Yeah,
we'll
we've had some exciting matchups, but we're still waiting for things to really get kick started. And I feel like tonight, honestly, is going to be a great night for that with my Spurs playing the Pistons.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a good night last night with my Lakers playing, rival Celtics, but that game was awful. From the Ferrer point of view. Anyways, Zach, how was your weekend? I know you were not here, but how was your weekend?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, I got to go home, got to go to Austin, got to go see my Spurs play in Austin. Shout out to my awesome parents, my mom and dad, for getting me tickets to those games. It was awesome. Uh, I'll always love seeing my Spurs, but especially when they play in Austin, it means a bit more. I mean, pretty cool Olympic action. I mean, shout out Alyssa Liu. Shout
out Bay Area.
Shout out the women's ice hockey team. They were awesome. That I don't watch hockey at all. Like we call it the devil sport. I'm not gonna lie, but I watched the women's team beat Canada, and that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out Amber Glenn too. Plano,
shout
Texas.
Out Amber Glenn. You know what? That was heartbreaking when she messed up her. She did a double rotation to a triple axel. That was heartbreaking to watch.
I felt that. It was
heartbreaking. Shout out Alyssa Liu. Shout out the Bay Area from Oakland. Shout out Michaela Schifrin. Another gold medal. That's some W stuff right there.
Dude, Eileen Gu too. Did you watch yesterday?
Gu, bro.
Or no, was it yesterday or was it Saturday?
It was a couple days ago.
Dude, no, on the half pipe.
Oh,
when she got gold on half pipe, dude, that was awesome. I love skiing half pipe. That's like kind of become my favorite at the Winter Olympics. It's just so impressive to me.
Yeah, snowboarding is my favorite sport. So I always snowboarding, but Chloe Kim didn't get gold, unfortunately.
I don't know. For me, it's something about skiing, and you have like two different points of contact with the ground that are like separated. Like I don't understand how people land.
That is true,
stuff.
but also, yeah. I mean, I think both of them are difficult in their own right. I'm just, sir, I'm like that snowboard type of guy.
Fair.
Yeah, that was such a I saw a meme where like Chloe Kim was going for her third medal in a row. Her gold medal in a row, only got silver. And the reason for that is because she's dating Myles Garrett, who's a Cleveland Brown. So all that hate.
The Browns curse. I mean, I guess the Browns kind of taint everything that they're involved with. I mean, I don't want to say deservingly so because Chloe Kim's awesome, Myles Garrett's awesome, but I question the morals of that franchise every time. They're brought up. So it's an awkward situation. They kind of bring it upon themselves.
They absolutely do. But we're not here to talk about Winter Olympics. Although as fun as they were to watch, we're not here to talk about that. We're going to talk about hoops. Unfortunately, the topic of discussion today is tanking. Out of all things to talk about is tanking. And yes, we've talked about it a little bit before, but it seems like everybody is now talking about it. So why not we talk about it too? Do we really want to talk about tanking?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
an issue. That's just that's the reason. It's not an issue. I don't get it.
Yeah. But we're gonna hop on here and talk about tanking. Then we got a couple games for each other to play. And that'll be a wrap up of an episode. Quick ass episode because again, we're still in a lull of after the All-Star break. Matches are happening. My NBA Super Bowl Part 3 is happening this Saturday. Lakers play the Warriors. Shout out all my homies back home. Shout out all my friends. My group chat's gonna ignite on Saturday night. Yeah. Anyways, tanking. Zach, talking about tanking today. Adam Silver over the weekend said that he is looking at potential problem solvers to tanking. I don't know. I'm gonna try to find what they actually were. But Zach, just give me right now. I look for this. Your thoughts on the overall scene of what we're talking about in terms of tanking right now.
I just want to kind of lay a little background beforehand, before we talk about this, like why we have a whole episode around tanking. I was sitting at home, I want to say it was Friday, and I was just scrolling through TV, daytime TV. Obviously, there's not a lot of sports on. It was in a lull between when the Winter Olympics events finished and nightly sports started. So there was just nothing on. So I was just kind of doom scrolling through ESPN, flipping through the channels while I was doing homework. There was like 3 or 4 channels. All they were talking about was tanking. Adam Silver. Thank you, Adam Silver. Thank you for saving the league. Thank you for addressing tanking. And I had to turn the TV off. I texted Cole immediately. I was like, Monday, we're just straight up talking about tanking. I'm tired of this. It's not an issue. And whatever Adam Silver is going to do, I promise you it's going to be 10 times worse than what tanking is bringing right now.
Yeah.
Let me start with a couple of the baseline theories that I've heard. Abolishing the draft, worst decision ever. Throw it out. Don't even consider it. That's the worst thing ever. I think I'd stop watching the sport at that point because as a fan of a small market team, if the draft doesn't exist, if the lottery doesn't exist, why would I watch? What's the point? My team would never succeed. It ruins the sport, and this sport has had so much growth recently. It feels like it over the span of a year, and you're tossing that all away for what?
Yeah, here's some of the reported discussions they've had and concepts they've talked about to curb tanking. This is from Shams on Twitter. First round picks can be protected only top 4 or top 14 plus, which means that you can basically only pick or protect your top 4. Not very. I don't really know what the point of that is. Lottery odds.
Which one was that?
It's first round picks can be protected only in the top 4 or top 14 plus.
I actually really like that. You're gonna have to hear me out on the reasoning, but I
just don't understand what it means.
It means that you can only put protections on picks within the top 4 and within the lottery. You can only set those protections. There's no more top 9.
Oh, like top. I see. Okay, I see.
It gets to a point where I don't know if you remember. It was 2 years ago, 3 years ago now is the 2023 draft. But do you remember when the Mavs were purposefully losing games, benching Luka and Kyrie to end the year so that they could keep their own pick and not end up giving it to the Knicks, I believe? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
We've seen that happen a lot recently, and I think that's like very ridiculous. I don't have a problem with tanking, but that kind of stuff is just, it's a bit ridiculous. So I think that's fine. I think that's probably one of the better options I've heard. Obviously, it's not going to eliminate tanking as a whole, but I think it's a good rule change that would make a lot of sense and not, ruin the draft.
Okay. Yeah. Now that I think of like the understanding of it, like it does eliminate like the loopholes that you get with the protection stuff. Cause we just saw with the Indiana pick this year, you're like, oh, top 4 or top 5 through 9, not like some like donut, like just like, bro, straight up, whatever. The other one that I thought was pretty decent that me and Reese were talking about, lottery odds freeze at the trade deadline and no later date. That one makes sense. I like that one a little bit more. Not more, but I like that a lot too. Freezing your odds at the deadline means that because a lot of tanking now happens after the deadline. Like you'd see teams either sell or, like in the odds of like in the sense of like the Jazz, right? Traded for Jaren Jackson Jr., played him like a couple of games and then basically shut him down for the season.
Which, he's injured. That.
But at the same time, like that's like not the full issue of tanking, but it does like it just makes sense to me for some reason.
You see, but the issue with that is that teams are still going to find loopholes. They're just going to trade off their assets earlier. Like,
yeah,
I don't think that's going to stop tanking as a whole. I think it's a good idea, like in principle, but I think teams are just going to sell off their assets sooner.
That is true. Yeah.
I guess there was some awful ones in there.
Yeah. Oh, this. Let me see. This one. No longer allowing a team to pick top 4 in consecutive years or after consecutive bottom 3 finishes in the league.
I disagree with that because I'm a Spurs fan and we got 3 top 4 picks in a row.
That's like no. That's also the epitome of like taking out the business of small market teams. Like that's going to be
that's awful. How are you supposed to build a championship like core at that point?
Exactly.
Again, I was making a joke that I hate that because I'm a Spurs fan, but could you imagine if the Spurs just got Wemby, then they weren't allowed to pick in the top 4 the next 2 years, despite us being awful?
Yeah, like that's just like not like there's teams that are like
at all.
There's teams that are legit. There's a problem with all of this. There's teams that are legitimately tanking, and there's teams that are legitimately bad. Like the teams that are tanking are like Utah. I don't even know. Washington, kind of. They're kind of tanking now.
But then again, there's
teams that are actually bad, like the Brooklyn Nets and the Pacers, that are like actually bad teams.
Yeah, but then again, here I want to go through just some of the top teams in the league. Let's see. Thunder benefited from tanking, tanked to get Chet. Pistons benefited tanking to get Cade. Celtics, they never really tanked, but they're one of the best front offices in basketball.
They lulled before they got JB and Jason Tatum.
Spurs tanked. Knicks didn't tank, but they're awful at drafting, and they made good trades and signings.
Yeah.
Houston tanked. Minnesota tanked. Nuggets, smart front office, hit on a pick in the second round who happened to be a 3-time MVP.
Yeah.
Cleveland, good trades. I mean, Darius Garland was a great process. Mobley, I actually, you know what? They did tank. I forgot Evan Mobley, 3rd overall pick. They tanked. Miami, they're 10th in net rating, but they're a very mediocre team.
They're going to tank soon.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying they're like they're epitome of what the NBA wants. A team that's mediocre, not good enough to contend, but is good enough to tank. That's what the NBA is too good to tank. Sorry, or arguably some could say too dumb to tank.
Yeah, and then there's other teams that have a bright future. Charlotte,
Hornets
tanked.
Magic tanked. I mean, their future's debatable, but
yeah, Washington
Philly
is now going to tank. Philly tanked, yeah. Like,
I mean, they're kind of not necessarily. I guess you could call them the inventors.
Yeah, and look at those teams up top, right? OKC, San Antonio, Minnesota, Cleveland, maybe a little bit of Detroit are small market teams in the league. So Detroit's 5 of your 10. Market. Okay, 4 of your 10. 4 of your 8 actually are small market teams, right? Even Denver, they didn't really tank, but that was a small market team. Charlotte, small market team. Toronto isn't a small market, but it's not a small market at all. It's actually a pretty big market. Yeah. So like a lot of these teams are small market teams, and the reason they did well was because they are a competent front office, or they tanked and did well in the draft. Like that's what the point of this draft is to level the playing field. Look at the bottom of the league. Brooklyn, Chicago, Dallas, LA, both LA teams. Atlanta, like 6 out of the bottom 10 teams are big market teams. So it levels the playing field. So there's just no point to do any of this stuff. It just takes the culture out of the league and the sport that's been built over the course of the last 50, 60, 70 years. That's just the point that I'm trying to get at too. It's like there's even more here. This next one right here is the dumbest one I've heard. Teams can't pick top 4 the year after making conference finals, which is just like
that's ridiculous.
That's strictly towards the Indiana Pacers. That's like the worst thing of all time. That's like
it's so targeted.
That's
also
so targeted.
The Warriors, but
yeah,
it's so targeted. That's just so it's ridiculous. I don't understand why you would be punishing good front offices. You're punishing teams for making the conference finals. You're punishing teams for making the finals. Like. I guess it sounds good in principle to stop teams like the Pacers from loading up, but you're punishing good front office work, and you're punishing teams who have these horrible injuries. Because if your best player gets hurt, why would fans watch games if they're not, if they know there's no light at the end of the tunnel, that they're not getting better. There's no reason. Like, why should the Pacers play this season with no Tyrese Halliburton? They obviously don't have a chance to win. Why should they play if they can't get a good pick? That's just ridiculous. You're punishing good teams for being good.
That's why right now the draft is supposed to replicate supposed to honor the bad teams from this past season, which makes sense.
And the Pacers are a bad team?
Yes. Bad team this season. Yes, exactly. It's not like they got back-to-back top 4 picks in the last 2 drafts. They did not, bro. They got I don't think they had a first-round pick when they first made it to the conference finals. Last year, they didn't have a first-round pick when they made it to the finals. They have a good team. That's why they made it there. They didn't do it through the draft and tanking from, those seasons. They did it before that, right? All that stuff. It's just not, they don't need to. This other one, awful choice, which, again, has conspiracies around about rigging, but they said flattening the odds for all lottery teams. That's
okay, that's awful.
No, don't ever do that again.
Well, then you're just gonna get teams like the Heat or the Hawks. What did you call them again? I keep forgetting it.
The play-in
perennials.
Yeah.
Then you're just gonna get all the play-in perennial crew getting number 1 and number 2, whereas the actual bad teams don't get rewarded for being bad. They don't get to progress as a team. That's awful. It's terrible.
This one we kind of talked about this scenario, not really if it's good or bad last week when we talked about it, how the WNBA does couple year combined.
Yeah.
They said lottery odds allocated based on 2-year records. So the bad teams that are over the course of really bad really have a good chance at getting a high pick. And it kind of is that mix of if the Pacers made the finals last year, and then this year they don't have Tyrese Halliburton because obvious injury reasons, they combine those 2 records, and then that's your odds, or that's your record for whatever, and then you put it in a table and all that stuff. That makes a little bit more sense, but again, it doesn't replicate this season of teams that are bad. Yes, it would absolutely benefit teams like the Nets, the Wizards, the Jazz, all that stuff. But then teams like the Pacers, who were bad this season, still have to worry about the fact that they had almost 60 wins last season. So then it's it doesn't really make sense.
To me, that's probably one of the better options that I've heard. I think it's decent because it does reward the absolutely terrible teams like the Wizards, the Nets. The Kings weren't that bad last year, but still. It rewards the actual bad teams while still giving good teams that had a bad season, like the Pacers, a chance. I think that's honestly one of the more reasonable options. I'm still not fully sold on it. I need to see in practice how it would look, how the odds would work. But I think it's a decent option.
Yeah, but then also makes me wonder in the reverse of it, what if you're bad one season and then let's say you're the I don't even know what a good.
If you're bad one season. Oh, I was gonna say the Spurs.
Yeah, the Spurs bad last season, and then this year you're a finals contender. What does that do for you next season? Then you still have a chance at getting number 1 pick. It kind of.
I don't think it would be that high though, because we've won 40 games this year, but we won 20 last year. That's more than a lot of teams.
Well, I'm trying to think of
That's the only downside I see to it, and I was thinking about that when you were first reading it, but I still think that it would balance out in a way.
I guess that would balance out. Yeah, you're right.
I'd have to see some parameters, some rules. I'd have to see it in practice, but I think it sounds in theory like a decent option.
The bottom line of it is that the bad teams over the course of a couple of seasons would absolutely get the highest chance of getting a higher pick, which I think that's what the point of the lottery is and what the point of the draft is and why we have this system. So I think that would be the reason why. And I'd like that a lot. But again, I think this entire thing of why we're talking about tanking all this stuff is so irrelevant for the fact that I think the reason we're talking about it is because of how good this upcoming draft class is with all the prospects they have in it. You have 3 potential number 1 overall picks. And I think that's the reason why we're having these intense conversations about it and how Adam Silver is all over the place about this stuff right now. But what are the odds that we really have another class like this in the next, I don't know, 10 years? You know what I mean? Like, this is an otherworldly class. Like, we're having conversations about this class being compared to 2020 or 2003, like all these other, like 96. Like, we're having like conversations about that. So, what are the odds that we have like that going forward? I don't think it's very high. So, it's like,
it's just I wouldn't say to this extent, but I do think 2027 will be nice. I think there's a couple of guys I really like there.
Yeah, it'll be nice, but like this class is deep. This class is what? Lottery deep, I'll say. Every team in the lottery is going to have a good player going forward for them. Like, that's how I think about this.
No doubt.
You can't really say that about many draft classes in history and going forward. So that's why we're having conversations about tanking now, because teams know, if we have a shot at getting these players, we're going to go all out for them. But that's the nature of the sport. It's almost the same, like that. Like, the number one pick for bad teams is the Larry O'Brien for like good teams.
Exactly.
So
I mean,
they're just.
I celebrated. I mean, obviously it's a different lottery, but I celebrated the Spurs winning the draft lottery, the Wemby lottery, like a championship. Yeah. Because it absolutely was my championship at the time.
Exactly.
Like, I wouldn't trade drafting Wemby for a title. I wouldn't trade that like absolutely not. Like, that was awesome. I mean, I do want to win a championship, but still, like, that was my championship at the time. That was awesome.
Exactly. So like,
I can imagine that same joy like happens for every fan base. Like, I'm sorry to Hawks fans, that honestly might not have there, but like, I imagine Mavs fans were through the moon whenever the flag pick was announced. I remember seeing Pistons fans react to whenever they got Cade.
Pelicans fans when they got Zion.
Exactly. Like, it's a special moment for each fan base. Like, you sit through a year's worth of suffering, of being garbage, of seeing the worst people you've ever seen play basketball, and you get rewarded with a great player. Like, I think it's awesome. I think it's part of the sport. It's a part of building, and
it doesn't need to be addressed.
It's fine. I don't think it needs to be messed with, really.
Yeah. And then also the fact that, like, I'm just gonna say this in like the sense of like, good teams are gonna beat the bad teams. Like, so at some point it's not even tanking. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, if you're a bad basketball team, you're gonna be a bad basketball team.
Exactly.
You're not improving that much by playing somebody else.
Like,
bad basketball is bad basketball.
Yeah,
players are never going to take nights off, take games off because their team wants to lose.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
It's just bad teams are gonna lose. That's literally it. Like, if you run into OKC, Detroit, Boston, San Antonio, Houston, New York, Minnesota, if you run into those, you're gonna lose. Like, for the most part of the league, you're gonna lose.
Like,
even the top teams lose to those teams.
I watched Spurs Kings the other night, and it's not like the Kings weren't trying. They just suck. Like, that's the bottom line. Like,
just not good.
The players were trying. The players really were trying to win. Like, DeMar had himself like a decent performance. Keegan Murray was awesome. Maxime Reynaud was awesome, but they're just not good enough to win. Like, they had Drew Eubanks as their backup big. Like, that roster is bad. It's not good. It stinks.
Like, at some point, basketball is a win or lose game, and teams are going to win, teams are going to lose. So it's like, it's almost as if like damn, if the Kings beat the Thunder in a match, like, are they gonna be like, oh, the Kings aren't taking anymore? No, maybe the Thunder's had like an off night. Like, it's just, people need to start opening their minds more to the fact that it's just basketball. Exactly. Anyways, I feel like I could talk more about this, but I don't really want to, because it's kind of just pissing me off the fact that we're actually talking about it. So,
all right, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
If you
have any more comments about tanking, please go ahead.
I mean, you want to run my game first or your game first? I'm ready.
We'll run your game.
I bet. Mine's simple. King of the Hill. We're back. Favorite game. Once again, I'm going with draft classes, but I want to see your opinion on this year's rookies going forward.
All right. Bet.
All right. You ready? First matchup.
So we're going players like futures.
Not based off rookie season. Going forward, who would you rather have going forward?
Cool.
All right. First off, come on, Malawach. Carter Bryant. Two guys who haven't really played a lot, but obviously the potential's been there when they played.
Going forward, I would say Colin Malawash for the fact that I think. Okay, here. Am I picking for their team or am I picking like if I had a team?
If you had a team, who would you rather have on your team?
Okay, because I would say Malawash for like the Suns because that makes all sense in the world. But Carter Bryant is very good and he's gotten exponentially better over the course of like the last few months. So, you hear that? There's still like music playing in the background. Sorry. I think I still take Malawash, not by much. I think I'd take Malawash for the fact that like the ceiling of his potential of like crazy wingspan, crazy height, crazy athletic and mobile and agile at his position, and like from what I think he can do, he can match up with any big in the league, and can play up to like the 3 guard or the 3 position. So play basically any front court on defense. He'd be a great zone piece, and he can wall up on anybody. Carter Bryant, though, on the other hand, his handle has been better, but that's what worries me still. The fact that like if like I had a team where he got traded or he went somewhere else, if he got more ball handle touches, how does he fare with that? I don't know how much more he can grow off of what we've already seen. So for that, I'd take Malawash, but it's very close.
I agree with that. For once, I'm going to be unbiased here, and I had Malawash a lot higher than Carter Bryant on my draft board. I was really high on Come On Malawash, and I don't think either of them have really played enough or played in a way where I can say comfortably like one or the other based off of their play this year. So I think I'm fine just going with Malawash there.
Yeah.
All right, moving forward. Malawash or Ace Bailey?
Ace has been quiet this year. I haven't seen a lot of
hurt
Ace
too. I want to say,
I
think he's been dealing with injuries.
See, I don't really want to bring the antics of it into it because I don't really know the full story. Like, know if it was like all true. But again, the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Ace Bailey in his rookie season is his pre-draft process, all that kind of stuff. Which, I mean, again, I don't know all of it, or if it really matters anymore.
I don't think you can hold that against him. I don't think
I hold it against him. Yeah, I don't even want to hold it against him, but that did first come to mind. I did have him at 3 on my draft board. Malawash was around like 7 or 8 on mine. Going forward, Bailey has a skill set to be a superstar in this league, like no doubt about it. The scoring ability, the defensive prowess. He's super mobile on the perimeter on the defensive end. He can get up. He has hops. He can dribble. He's a good finisher. Again, he's been hurt. I haven't seen him play like that much. Like, honestly, he's been quiet. So this might just be biased for the fact that I love Malawash, but like for the same reason that I said against Carter Bryant, Malawash has the ceiling potential to be good on both sides of the ball and effective in any situation you put him in. And I think for that case, I think he's more versatile than Ace. So I'm going to take Malawash.
I think that's reasonable. I'd agree in that situation. Moving on. Come on, Malawash or Colin Murray Boyles?
CMB's been electric this year, but I do fear that he's getting to the, like, he's peaking early, if that makes sense. I fear that's what happened to him. I don't think
Why
it
do you
is.
say that?
He
wasn't necessarily an older prospect.
He wasn't older, but it just feels like that type of vibe with him for some reason. Maybe I'm just getting like trauma from Galton Connect, but like he's been great this year,
bro. It's like they're completely different players. You're comparing apples to oranges there.
No, I'm saying the fact that like Connect hit his peak in his rookie season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think Murray.
I don't think he has, but like, I don't know. Okay. I don't. See, I also haven't watched enough of CMB to like give a definitive answer on this. All I know is that he's been an integral part of the why the Raptors are doing so much better this season than they were in past seasons, and he's a great fit in that system. Oh man, I don't know. I think for this, I do have to take the substance that I have seen from him over the fact that I'm just thinking of potential. So I think I will take CMB over Malawash for the fact that I have seen much more of him than a lot more promising things from him than Malawash, for the fact that like CMB's actually played like a rotational minutes so far this season compared to Malawash, who's been playing like G League minutes for like the entire season. So I'll take CMB. But again, it's not that much higher.
Yeah, for me it's kind of easy. I'd go straight with CMB there, but I was ridiculously high on him pre-draft. Moving on, CMB or Yegor Dimon.
Oh, that's like, I need to look at. Okay, see, Yegor's been like on and off for me this season. I didn't like him going into the draft. I didn't like the fact that he went to Brooklyn, especially with the fact that they drafted like 6 guys, like
yeah, they had
or something like that, 5 first round picks,
4.
Yeah, the fact that they had all that stuff, I didn't like him a whole lot, but I did like him in college. I just didn't like him going into the draft. But he is very young. He's almost as old as me. He's actually older than me a little bit, by a little bit. Oh my god. Again, I feel like both have been. I don't know what the word is. Not quiet, but like in terms of what they've been doing this season, like they've been quiet compared to like other rookies like Flag and Knipple and Edgecombe and stuff like that. So I haven't been able to watch a whole lot of Yegor, especially the fact that he plays for the Nets, and I don't really watch the Nets that much. I think I'll take CMB. I like CMB's game more than Yegor's. Yegor's feels a little bit flat at times, where it feels like he doesn't really know what to do at times, but it was just very fixable in the league. You can develop that, but CMB looks confident right now, and if you're a rookie that has that much confidence, that goes a long way in this league, especially when your team's trending in the right direction. So I'll take CMB for the fact that I like the fact that he knows what he's doing, he knows his role right now, and it can absolutely grow going forward.
Yeah, I'd pretty easily go with CMB there again. I was way high on CMB. I know you said you were low on Yegor before the draft, but I promise you, I was lower on him. Like, I was not very high on him, but I will give grace and admit that he's been playing out of his mind this year at times. And I do worry that me picking CMB over him is maybe a bit of pre-draft bias because I didn't really like him. But I'll give credit where credit's due, and like I think he's been awesome as a rookie, and I do see a way forward. Like I see a way forward for him in the league, and I think he could be very good.
Yeah.
Moving on, Trey Johnson up next.
I'll take Trey. I love Trey Johnson. Like Trey's one of my favorite players in the league right now. Like I've watched him a lot more recently for the fact that I like the way that the Wizards are building the roster and how they're going forward. I just want to look at the Wizards now and see how they are now going forward. And so I've been watching a little bit more Wizards games, and watching him is really fun. Like when I talk about confidence with CMB, Trey Johnson has confidence that I've never seen a rookie ever. Like this boy will shoot, and he knows he's good. He knows he has the talent. He knows he has the potential going forward, and he will rise up from anywhere. He'll rise up from 35 feet. He'll rise up from the corner. He'll drive, take your ass to the lane, like all that stuff. And I love watching him. He's smooth. What's your name for him again? What's your nickname for him again?
He don't got a nickname. He needs one though.
He'll get one. He'll get one definitely. I love watching him play. He's one of my favorite rookies this season. One of my favorite players this season to watch. So I'll take Trey easily.
Yeah, I don't want to sound biased here, being a Texas fan, but it's hard for me not to take Trey here. I loved CMB so much pre-draft, but Trey has just looked awesome in the league so far, and I feel like he has real star upside. I think CMB does too, to be fair, but I
think Trey has a lot more.
I'm gonna go Trey. I'm gonna stick with Trey.
Dude, Trey feels like a safer option.
I'm very close to picking CMB though.
Trey knows he's that though. Trey knows he's all that. That's what I like about him.
All right, moving on. Trey or Derek Queen?
Oh God. Funny enough, I was literally just watching before we got on air. Derek Queen crashing.
DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, but that was the funniest shit all the time, bro. So that does give me, a little bit more to work with for the fact that I talk about confidence and knowing your place in the league, that he's very comfortable with who he is in this league right now and the people that's around him. He's been awesome this season. Obviously, I don't. Potential is obviously there. He's been top 5 of our DPOY ladder for weeks now. Trey has. Oh, sorry, Rookie of the Year. Sorry, ROTY. Trey probably deserves to be in there too. But Queen's been unbelievable. Like, I talked about Malawash being able to defend, down low and being a versatile player on offense. Queen's exactly that too. He listed as a center. He's only 6'9" though, but that makes him really mobile and agile for his position. He's just a little short, but he can move. He can get up. He can block shots. He'll rebound the ball like crazy, and that's just something that's going to continue to be better. Especially if New Orleans gets a guy to run a pick and roll with him, he can be a great asset in that area of the court. So I'm gonna take Derek Queen. Although I love Trey Johnson, I just went off on a whole tangent about how I love Trey Johnson, but Derek Queen is probably better, and going forward, probably going to be a better player, I think, in my opinion, for the fact that he's going to do a lot more on the court than Trey is.
I think that's reasonable. And this one, I think it's a lot closer than some people would want to say. But I value Trey Johnson's skill set more than Derek Queen, so I'm just going to have to go with that. Not even trying to be biased. I think I just go with Trey over Derek Queen skill set wise. I don't value bigs who aren't top tier, not necessarily top tier, but can't protect the rim. And Derek Queen is he's shown flashes, but he still has been a poor defender.
Yeah, I think that's developing though. He could definitely. Yeah,
I think he could easily get better, but it's just as of now, I can't comfortably put him over Trey.
Okay, that's fair.
Moving forward, DQ or Cedric Coward?
Oh, I love Coward. Coward is I'm going to take Coward. Coward's in my opinion, what you want every single role player in the league to do. He will do anything you want and at a very high level. And he's one of the best rebounders in the league as a guard. He will fly in, crash, everything.
You love to see guards that can he's grab boards.
Yeah, he's high energy. That's what you want out of a role player. He'll literally do anything you ask him. He can shoot the ball. He can drive the ball. He can pass the ball. He'll defend. He'll rebound. He'll get up and try and block shots. He's just energy. That's what you want from a player. He reminds me a little bit of Lakers Alex Caruso in that sense, of even just now, OKC Alex Caruso, just doing anything you want him to do, and does it at a high level. I think Coward, as he grows as a player throughout this league, throughout his career, will do just that. And for that reason, I'm going to take Coward over Queen.
I think that's reasonable. I question this one because of Coward's age, and he has been better this rookie year. I will say that. Cedric Coward's been a lot better than Derek Queen. But I think I'd still go Coward in this situation. I really like everything that I've seen from him this year. I liked him pre-draft. My only question was his age. That still is a question. And how much more room does he have to grow? But I've been very impressed with what I've seen from Cedric Coward.
Yeah.
So I think I'd have to roll with him. Granted, if I was still going Trey Johnson here, I'd go Trey Johnson. I'm not even being biased. Maybe. I don't know. Cedric Coward could give Trey a run for his money for sure. But moving on, Coward or VJ Edgecombe?
VJ.
I feel like I knew who you were taking here, bro.
VJ is one of my favorite players in the league already too.
I know.
You know about me and VJ.
This next one's gonna be very telling, but yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
Go ahead, explain.
VJ is. Yeah, this is gonna sound weird and maybe a little bit like a coward, but it's not. But I feel like VJ is everything that coward is, but in a star's body already. I just like at like an emphasized level for like I don't know if that makes sense, but like VJ is a superstar in the making. Everything about him I love. His demeanor is amazing. On the court, he's amazing. He'll do anything you want. He is learning from one of the best players in the league in Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. Like everything you want from a player as a rookie, he got and more. And going forward, he'll do everything you want and more. Like that is the type of guy he is. And like he's a superstar in the making. I think he's already a star. Like absolutely going to be a superstar in the future, I think. I'm going to take VJ.
I think that's fair. I'd go VJ over Coward just based off upside, but I'm very curious to see who you're going to say here.
Dylan Harper. I'll take Dylan Harper.
Okay. I didn't even have to say it, but you know what?
Yeah, I'll take Harper. I'm a rapper for my Filipino brothers all the time. Come on now.
Fairs. I was going to give like an explanation of why I take Harper, but
yeah, but Harper is, I think when you look at a quintessential guard in this league, you want someone that's fast, can handle the ball, can shoot, can get to the rim, and can dish out when he gets doubled or draws a double in the paint. Isn't a cone. Yeah. Like all that stuff. Like Harper does all that. He has a high motor, finishes at the rim amazing. And when you have that kind of guy that can finish at the rim, that unlocks a lot of different outlets for passing to other guys on the outside. And then you just run a 5-out offense at that point. You just drive and cut, simple basketball. And that's, if you can have a guard that can do that and creates that without having to do a lot of work, that's pretty simple offense. And the rest of it falls together. Defensively, I need to see a little bit more because he is a smaller guard. Obviously, he's Filipino. But he can move.
Guard, he's 6'6".
Is he 6'6"?
Yeah, he's tall.
I didn't know that.
No,
every time I see him, I feel like he's small.
Nah, he's like 6'5", 6'6".
Huh. I feel like every time I see him, I think he's small. Okay.
He also is like, he's actually been decent this year as a defender. Like that's been one of his bigger positives, I'd say. Like, obviously, he's not a lockdown defender. He's not the biggest.
I don't think you want,
event creation guy, but he's a good defender, which is more than you could say about a lot of guards.
Yeah, and that is true.
I think I've been honestly surprised by his defense. Like, obviously, I knew the size is there, I knew the athleticism was there, but I didn't think it'd be this good as a rookie.
Yeah, the athleticism is also a big thing. I think he can use that a lot. Like, he used that all already. And that translates to anything that you want any player to do. Athleticism, mobility, all that kind of stuff. And I didn't know he was 6'6". I'm not going to lie. Maybe I was sliding him for the fact that he's half Filipino. I'm not going to lie.
That's crazy, bro. It be your own people.
It really does.
It be your own people. But
I mean, I'm repping on the hat right now. Like, come on now. I had to think about that some way. But, like, damn, I didn't know he was 6'6". Shit. All right, but I'm taking Harper.
Yeah, I'll take Harper. I think the only question here is can Harper shoot the ball? That's what, in my opinion, will take him from being a star to like arguably a superstar in this league. Is can he shoot the three? Which he's shown massive strides at points throughout this year of looking better. Like I believe his mid-range numbers have gone up immensely over the second half of the year, which I think that's a pretty solid indicator. He looks very confident every time he shoots the ball. It's just right now, I feel like his jumper from behind the arc's a bit flat.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be fixable. We'll see. We'll see how that goes in the offseason.
He's got
I have to go with Harper. I'm not even being biased. I just think he's still one of the better rookies here. But now, another test. Dylan Harper or Kon Knueppel?
Is this the final round?
No.
Oh,
you
God.
You already know this. There's we're doing this draft class, and we got two names we got like two people who haven't been set.
All right, because we have to wrap this up soon. I'm gonna go Knuppel. I love Knuppel so much. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm taking Harper. He's gonna lead the Philippines to the promised land in the World Cup. Everything I just said, again, versus Knuppel. Knuppel can kind of do the things, but he doesn't have the defensive prowess that Harper does. Knuppel, I don't think is gonna be able to move that much more. His offense is obviously one of the best in the league already. He's on pace to break the 3-point record made for a rookie. He can shoot lights out. That's obviously no question about it. His offense is there. Defensively, though, how much more can you do than he's already done? Harper, on both sides of the ball, actually is still growing. It's going to continue to grow throughout, the course of the next 5-6 years. So I'm going to take Harper.
I agree with you on that one, not even being biased. I'm definitely being biased here. I love everything I've seen from Konka Nipple this year.
I know.
I think he's a star in the making, a superstar in the making. I think he's just such an awesome player to watch. God, it's just the defense. It comes down to the defense, and I think Harper has a much higher ceiling defensively, and has been a lot better defensively this year. I don't know. This top three is tough. I obviously think the next guy is going to be the best player in this class by far. But I feel like this top three is kind of, at least in my opinion, a tier separated from everybody else in the class.
Okay. I'm going to take Harper over Flag.
Bro, BFFR, bro.
I'm kidding. I'm taking Cooper Flag.
Okay. I was going to say, I can't even be that biased. I could make an argument. Harper's impact metrics have been a lot better than Flag this year.
But you saying going forward, Cooper Flag is already a superstar. He is a superstar already in his league. He is go ahead. Is he not a superstar already?
Hold on. No. I'm just going to pull up his impact metrics.
I don't give a fuck about impact metrics right now, bro. He's a superstar.
Yo, his RAPM negative 0.9. Harper's in the positive.
I'm not even gonna fucking
negative 0.3. Darko. He's got a negative curve already. All of his impact metrics are negative. I don't think you could call him a superstar just yet. He's definitely on that path. And he's done superstar things, but I don't think you could call him a superstar yet. A superstar means you're a top 8 player in the league, I'd say. Top 10.
I think yes. Yes. Okay. By stat, all that stuff, and yes, top 10 makes you a superstar. But I'm saying that wherever he goes, he'll pack out a stadium. That's what I'm talking about.
I agree with that. I can get by. I can get by that.
That's what I'm saying in terms of superstar. But yes, metrics and all that stuff, Harper has been neck and neck with him. But going forward, Flag's going to be that guy. Probably next year, all-star ready. 2 years down the line, probably all-NBA. 3 years down the line, possibly MVP candidate. You know what I mean? That type of stuff is the stuff you expect out of Cooper Flag right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's not a superstar just yet.
Yeah, I'd say now from the fact that what I said, a superstar.
I see what you're saying.
From my standpoint in terms of how much
he's packing out arenas.
Yeah, you can go to an away arena and everybody's wearing a Flag jersey. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So that's what I'll say.
I get that. No, that's fair. He's the savior of that franchise.
Yeah.
That's not enough said. I don't have to say much about Cooper Flag.
Yeah, my game. I don't know if you have time for it. Although I think we do.
Don't. But we have 9 minutes.
It's quick. Trust.
Okay.
All right. It's called Guess That Player. All right. I have a player in my head right now. It could be past or present. Could be active, inactive. We don't know.
All right. Let's get into it.
And you have questions. I'll answer them. Yes or no. Or maybe. I don't know.
Did this player play for the Charlotte Bobcats?
No.
I'm trolling, but is this player active?
Yes.
Is this player on the Chicago Bulls?
No.
Is this player in the Western Conference?
No.
Okay. Does this player play in New York?
No.
Either team?
No.
Player play in Florida?
No.
Does player play in Toronto?
No.
Philly?
No.
Boston?
Nope.
What color does this player's team wear?
Oh God, I don't. That's not a yes or no question.
Does this team wear blue?
No.
Damn. This team wear
Notice
green.
how I said active. Okay. Doesn't wear green.
I don't know what you mean active. That's is this Tyrese Haliburton?
Nope.
Oh, you said active. That made me think about it. Does this team wear red?
No.
Black?
Nope.
Blue?
Nope.
So is it okay? So he's a free agent.
No.
Yellow? Does he wear yellow?
There is he does.
Does he play for the Indiana Pacers?
Nope.
Miami Heat?
Nope.
You said no Florida. Wait, does he play for the Hawks?
Nope.
He plays in the Eastern Conference.
Nope.
Right? All right. Does he play in the NBA?
Nope.
Yeah. This is awful. Does he play in the Philippines?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Does he play in Israel?
Nope.
Yeah, I already knew. There was only one player that was going to be targeted at, and
come on now.
He's one of your favorite players. I honestly, it breaks my heart, but I can't support him anymore. Does he play in Germany?
Nope.
Spain?
Nope.
China?
Nope.
Taiwan?
Nope.
Is it Dwight Howard?
Nope.
Is it JaVale McGee?
Nope.
What continent does he play on?
Oceania.
Is this Taco Fall?
Nope.
Is this Serge Ibaka? Or no, he's retired. Is this Montrezl Harrell?
Nope.
Dang.
Should start asking the former teams of him.
Did he play for the Lakers?
Nope.
Did he play for the Magic?
No. Don't think so.
Did he play for the Spurs?
Nope. Yeah, I'll give you a hint because we have run out of time here, bro.
I know, like
he's an NBA champion.
Patty Mills.
Nope.
I don't think he's playing anymore, but I just had to shout him out.
Played for Cleveland, Milwaukee, Sacramento, and then now plays overseas in the NBL for the Sydney Kings.
Cleveland, Milwaukee, Sacramento.
Did this player almost die on the court? Yes.
Who am I thinking of? Is it Dellavedova?
It is Dellavedova.
Bro.
Good job. You got it. That was
I didn't know he was active. I thought he retired.
He played last night, bro.
Dude, I just could not think of it.
I played like
the most recent like NBL player I've seen is I've seen some clips of Montrezl Harrell.
I have. Yeah. McGee's like the MVP right now.
Yeah, no, JaVale McGee's there too. I've seen a lot on his IG.
Anyways, that was episode 20 something. I don't even know where we're on.
Bro, we said 30 minutes. This ended up being 54 minutes. I mean
80 minutes. Whatever. We're good.
I love games. We need to play more games.
We'll be out of here. Anyways, from Nosebleeds, we'll be back on Wednesday. Thank you all for listening. Peace out. Appreciate it.